Wake up, sunshine, the brightest sky. Find me on this journey. Leave your troubles far behind. It's a new day, yeah. Lights out, I know it's our time. You and me are free tonight. What would we become if we don't take our chance, yeah. Oh, tell me, son, time is on our side. I won't let no one put us down.
Hey girl, hey, and welcome to today's party prep with me. We are prepping for the girls' birthday party. This year we're doing a joint birthday party and they requested a Fiesta party. So this was actually a lot of fun to do. And so we're going to jump into it all from the beginning stages of blowing up the balloons as we're doing right now, the decorating, making the cupcakes. We are doing it all with the exception of just a little bit of food that I ordered out to make my life just a little bit easier with all of this party stuff. So if you are ready, need some motivation, let's get into it because I've got over 45 minutes of motivation for party prep or cleaning or whatever coming at you. So let's jump into it. When I know I'm going to want to do a balloon garland, which basically is every birthday party, I love a good balloon garland. That is why I pull out this thing and we start blowing up balloons at least the day before. Do not wait until the last minute to do this. The day before, 2 days before, something like that's usually a good rule of thumb. That way the balloons will still last. You're not blowing them up with helium. It's just air, so they're not going to deflate too bad in the couple of days before the party. But it also kind of eliminates some of that pre-party stress. If I would have had enough time, I actually would have assembled some of this even the day before, which would have made it even easier. So I'm all about doing as much prep work as possible so you're not scrambling the very last second right before everyone walks through the door. So if you have that on your list, go ahead and put it on your calendar. Try to carve out a little bit of time to kind of work on getting some of the balloons blown up beforehand. And even if you have to transport them, you can definitely throw them in a large like trash bag or something and be able to throw them in your car and transport them to your location too. The girls loved this and thought they had their own personal ball pit. And then now we are cleaning up that giant 3-foot confetti balloon that exploded when I was blowing it up. Definitely would not recommend those. I will have the rest of the balloons that I used linked in the description box. These are actually leftovers from Lucy's birthday, but they are amazing balloons and I really like using this brand and everything. So I will have those linked down below.
The way I do about anyone but you. If I were to lose you now, I don't know what I might do. You're in all of my dreams, whether I'm awake or I'm asleep.
Normally I would order cupcakes from Sam's Club, Costco, whatever, but today we're using box cakes and I am making them with Lucy. She wanted to make cupcakes, so that is what we did. I love the Betty Crocker Delights too, by the way, for a box cake. They just seem to be a little bit better and more elevated. So if you're looking for a good box cake, and some people are probably like, oh my God, there's not a good box cake. But if you're looking for a decent one, like I think these are really good. So definitely check those out. But loved getting to do this with her and make the memories of making her birthday cupcakes with her. She absolutely loved it. And so this was a great little bit of mommy-daughter time. Even though it was a little bit more work, it was worth it for the memories.
Feelings
And because I know I'm going to get questions of what in the world did you do to the cupcakes here in a second? Why are you mixing the batters? So Lucy was like, let's do both together. And so we decided to make chocolate covered strawberry cupcakes. So what I did is a little thin layer of chocolate and then a thin layer of strawberry, then another thin layer of chocolate. And then we did the reverse and we did a thin layer of strawberry and a thin layer of chocolate and then another thin layer of strawberry. And so we had chocolate covered strawberry and strawberry covered chocolate. And then of course we did make a few like just chocolate and just strawberry for those that are just, well, boring. But honestly, these turned out really good and were actually delicious. Like the mix of them tasted so good. Like I don't know, sometimes you don't expect things like, it's like, okay, people do chocolate covered strawberries. This should taste great together. Sometimes it doesn't turn out like the way you think it does in your head. This one turned out really good. So you guys might actually have to try this one.
Every day of the week, every week of the year, I've got to rewind and restart till you get what you need, till you get all of me. Yeah, you get all of me, babe, I give you all of me. Please take what you want from me. Ooh, yeah, you get all of me, babe, I give you all of me. Please take what you want from me. Ooh, all of me.
Very important question of the day here though. What is your favorite cake flavor? I'll go first. Mine is chocolate. Hands down, chocolate. All the time, forever and always will be chocolate. I'm just a little chocolate obsessed.
I've got to hold on to your heart every day of the week, every week of the year. I've got to rewind and restart till you get what you need, till you get all of me. Yeah, you get all of me, babe, I give you all of me. Please take what you want from me. Ooh, yeah, you get all of me, babe, I give you all of me. Please take what you want from me. All of me. All of me. All of me. Baby, I give you all of me. Please take what you want from me. All of me. I've got to hold on to your heart every day of the week, every week of the year. I've got to rewind and restart till you get what you need, till you get all of me. Yeah, you get all of me, babe, I give you all of me. Please take what you want from me. Yeah, you get all of me, babe, I give you all of me. Please take what you want from me.
Now I'm moving on to unboxing all of my decor. I had a little haul in my last video. It was kind of going through the store, picking it out. All of this stuff basically came from Walmart, so it was very inexpensive when it comes to the party decorations and gear and table things and whatnot. So all of that was super simple, but wanted to go ahead and start also making my day of list. So anything that I know needs to be done day of, that way I can look at it. My husband that's helping me can do it. My mom that's helping me, whoever can just look at that list and be like, oh, okay, this needs to be done, and they can jump in and be able to easily help me. So another thing is I wanted to unbox as much of this as I absolutely could. So getting it out of the packaging, going ahead, setting up the forks, the plates, the whole works. That way a lot less to do the day of, and I'm not standing there having to take time to unwrap all of this stuff day of, and it's just like so time consuming. So knocking that out of the way while the cupcakes are in the oven.
There is nothing in between, so baby we should start living now, 'cause we only have this life. Wanna laugh and wanna cry. I don't want
And then these little like bowl cup sort of things came from the Dollar Tree. I actually picked those up, and believe it or not, I had those from another party. So I'm just kind of going through and things throughout the house, like any party decorations that fit with this decor, I'm going ahead and just pulling those out and using things that I already had. So that's one tip, is look in your own pantry. Like I know we do that for like groceries. It's like shop your own pantry, shop your own freezer before you go out and buy groceries, but shop your own, like if you have a laundry room and you have a basket full of party stuff, shop that first to see what you can pull and use from. Because I know for me, we had leftover stuff. I am the world's worst of buying too much. I'm trying to improve on that, but I never want to run out of things. So I always buy a little too much, so I end up having extra. With that being said, I wanted to pull and use those, but if you don't have any, or you wanted to use those or wanted like something similar, you can definitely go to the Dollar Tree and grab those little packs of little like short bowls. I use them for cheese dip salsa. Since we were doing a Fiesta, we did homemade quesadillas, which is actually what Dean's working on. He made the homemade quesadillas himself, and they are amazing. We made them in a few videos ago in that one too, but they turned out so good. But he's going ahead dicing up the veggies, the chicken, the steak, all the things that we did to have those ready to go, and just to make it a lot easier on ourselves, a party day. So we just spent the evening, once the girls went to bed, we spent the evening doing party prep.
Don't know why I keep on doing what I'm told to do. When the rules are made up by someone we never knew. Baby, wipe your tears and hear me out. We don't need someone to feel alright.
And we are on to party day, and this one kind of threw us a little bit of a curveball because initially we were planning on having the party outside, but as you can tell from the window and the rain and how gray the clouds look outside, it was not going to be a good outside party day. It ended up being fine. The sun was shining, and so it worked out for Dean being able to grill the like quesadillas and everything out on the grill like he does, and they were absolutely delicious. I know I talked about those a lot, but the man can make some boss quesadillas, you guys. But all that aside, we started decorating inside then, which also made it a lot easier and a little less like crunch time decorating outside, of not wanting things to like start deflating or the balloons to be like bothered by the heat, that sort of thing. So we were able to get a lot more done a lot earlier on and have so much more set out. So if you're needing some cleaning motivation, decorating motivation, you're gonna love this next section.
Told to do. When the rules are made up by someone we never knew. Baby, wipe your tears and hear me out. We don't need someone to feel alright. Let's do the streets on Monday. Let's call your exes and tell them they can join us too. Why always worry about money when you can get rich by trying to see the upside? We don't need someone to feel alright. Let's do the streets on Monday. Let's call your exes and tell them they can join us too. Why always worry about money when you can get rich by trying?
I love Lucy back there trying to put the last little like banner on the other window like we had decorated. I thought that was so cute. Now we're on to setting up some of these little pom-pom decorations. I had actually picked these up at the Dollar Tree, and I don't know that I liked these. I probably wouldn't buy them again. They were a lot of work, and just, I don't know. They were a lot of work for kind of what they looked like. I mean, they were fine, but they weren't great. So, and this is very, very sped up because it took a lot of time because you're like separating out all of the tissue paper for the like flower pom-poms. So yeah, don't know that I would recommend those, but they were a budget-friendly find. So it was nice to have a little bit of extra decoration, but we're going to keep up with this. Lucy and Bella absolutely loved getting to help and decorate for this. So this was a lot of fun, and I loved getting to like do this all together as a family. It was fun, like when they were a little bit smaller and they didn't really know, and it was more like decorating for them, but decorating with them is just a whole other level. So if you're a parent, allow time for that because your kids want to be a part. So it's definitely going to take longer, so factor that in, but it's worth it for the memories, I promise.
Make it win every way.
And for those that wondered, what are the girls doing when they're not in there with you and helping? They're laying on the couch watching Rio. They grabbed their blankets and we're just hanging out. So now I'm going in and putting those little pom-pom decorations that took so long on the back door here. And so just kind of using some tape and just doing some little like garlands. I cut them into 2 different sections, and then I didn't get it on camera, but I went back and added a second like pink section there in the center. Then I grabbed their sidewalk chalk and then just made a little sign. This is a actual like picture frame and everything, but I just, at Christmas time, if you guys have been around since then, I actually did this overlay of this like removable thing, and you can see the hideous crease there in the top. I hate that. It's driving me crazy, but you know, it's there. But this was a reusable like chalkboard, like kind of wallpaper almost kind of thing. I will link it down below, but you can go in and add this to like a picture or your wall or whatever, and it is removable, repositionable, whatever. And it does like peel off really, really easy. But I went ahead and made a little chalk sign for them, so that worked out nicely.
A million people in the crowd, but I only see your face in all the lights. And as the bass keep pounding on me, baby, I really wanna make you mine. I don't really care about love. I don't really care about happy ever after. Something about.
Okay, so since we decided to move the party from the outside to the inside, because there's like a chance of thunderstorms off and on. You okay?
Yeah.
Off and on today. I'm taking the tablecloth that had a yellow center for like the middle of the table, and this was the part that would hang off the sides. I'm just taking this. I want to make it as a runner, so I'm just kind of winging it and making do with what I have. And so that's just gonna go in the center, and then I can use the yellow part for like the kids' table or something like that. So it gives me a few more things, or I can cut it down and put it somewhere else. But that's just kind of the idea right now. So
surrounding me, baby, I'm sure we lost track of time. I don't really care about love. I don't really care about happy ever afters. Something about you gives me hope. Something about you, yeah. When the sun goes down and the night sky's falling, do you believe in one-time lovers? Inside of my wildest dreams, you'll be by my side when the sun goes
Alright girl, if you are cleaning and prepping with me, you have been doing it for over 20 minutes. You are doing great and amazing, and I'm glad you are doing it with me, hanging out with me. I am now on to moving on and kind of setting up the little buffet area that we had for our kind of taco bar, or I guess it should be quesadilla bar, and getting everything prepped and ready to go, from my containers to plates to everything. That way I knew exactly where stuff needed to go, and so once food started arriving, I could just throw that in there. That is one thing though that I did do for this party, is we made the quesadillas and the cupcakes, but that was it. I bought the ice cream. I'm not great at making ice cream, so didn't do that, but I did go ahead and order our cheese dip, our salsa, chips, rice, beans, and I feel like something else from the local Mexican restaurant that the girls absolutely love, which is part of the reason they wanted a Fiesta party. They're like, I want it to look like the Mexican restaurant because it's so colorful and fun. And so they were like all excited about that. But I had all of this stuff ready to go. That way I knew where things went when it was party time. I could just start dumping food into these little display containers and we were good to go.
I just hope that you will learn. That's just love. That's just love. You will get back up again, even if you don't know when. And it feels like the world is coming down on you. You have to move on. Deal with your broken heart. No matter what you think, you'll never ever get enough of love.
gonna start on the garland. Whoop. There goes my fishing line. So that is what I'm using, fishing line, by the way. So I have them tied into clusters like you saw me making last night. I'll have to get some balloons and like show you how I did that. It's super easy though, just tie the two ends together. And then it makes these nice little clusters so you can work with them. So I'm just gonna go in and tie this into a knot a couple of times here on the end, and I'm also giving myself enough string to hang it. So be sure to do that. Don't like tie it really close. You want to make sure to give yourself plenty of room. You can always cut some off if you need to, but that is how we're gonna get started. So I'm gonna do about 3 knots, maybe a little overkill, but I just want to make sure it's nice and secure here on this end because I don't want it unraveling.
I had that before.
We have that. Okay.
Distracted, subconscious overloaded. Careful, don't pull the cord on me. No time to stay around. Keep walking till you get out of my face. Regrets, restricted access. I'm just a flight to get up here. We love discharging. I can't waste my time with someone slowing me down, 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 down. So high, I'm floating, I'm shining in my prime. Start rolling over 'cause you can't take my crown. I'll always be 10 feet off the ground. My crown. I'll always be 10 feet off the ground. Can't take my crown. Can't take my crown.
Okay, so just to show you what I'm doing for this is you have your clusters and you have the center of your clusters. And you just stuff it in wherever you want them to go. Like if I want these right in here, kind of filling some of this gap, I'm gonna take the string, put it here, take it through the center of those 2 balloons I just added, and just start wrapping it around that balloon, and then wrapping it around another balloon right next to it and pull. I will say I use Qualitex balloons, which is what a lot of professionals that I looked up before I started doing this use for their balloons. They are more expensive, but these are balloons I had left from Lucy's birthday because I way overbought, being first time ever doing something like this. But these balloons are so much better quality. Like anytime I use Party City or Walmart or Dollar Tree or anything like that balloons, and especially if I'm gonna be outside, the heat really bothers them. We've never done the balloons inside, but that does, and also the quality of them definitely helps with being able to stretch them, and definitely helps them, okay, helps them be able to stretch and be malleable. And last thing, and then I'm gonna get back to this, last thing I do is I also don't inflate them to their max capacity. So say I will buy an 18-inch and blow it up like a 12, and that gives it that nice little round shape, and that's what really works for me personally. So now back to more balloons.
I won't waste my love on your heart. Sorry 'cause I can't get what I want, and I don't need you. Discharging, I can't waste my time with someone slowing me down, 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 down. So high, I'm floating, I'm shining in my prime. Start rolling over 'cause you can't take my crown.
Now I will say, when it comes to assembling your balloon garlands, arches, whatever you are making balloon art wise, I would definitely have an extra set of hands to be able to bring you balloons and stuff, because yes, you can do it by yourself solo, but it is going to be a bit easier if you have someone that is there and able to hand you the clusters that you need. You can like work on doing that. Lucy was a great little assistant for me because I was able to tell her the colors, and she was able to go and like grab the balloons and bring them to me. So she was actually a huge help. So definitely include some of your family, have someone there that can help and just kind of be your little runner. And if that's your kid, let them help and be involved. Like, I know that I feel like I'm like preaching that this whole video, but it is really, really helpful when you have a set of extra hands.
I don't know what to do now. Need to figure it out, but I don't know how. I hope the wind will carry me and take me away to where I should be. I don't know where I belong, but I keep on searching for my home. There's a hunger in my soul, makes me keep on trying, holding on. Take me all the way, all the way. Take me all the way, and I keep on searching for my home. Oh, I wonder if there's a place where the sun won't go away. Wide awake with an open mind, looking out from a mountain high. I don't know what to do now, need to figure it out, but I don't know how. I hope the wind will carry me and take me away to where I should be. I don't know where I belong, but I keep on searching for my home. There's a hunger.
Okay, so what I'm trying to do is make a garland long enough that it'll go from here at this corner post all the way to the curtain rod there and hang off that, and then come back over here to this corner. I'm gonna put like a command hook because I can attach it to the curtain rod there. You got your sombrero hat? Yeah. And then here I can actually attach it with the fishing line to the post up there and just kind of let it hang. So I have something like really sturdy. I don't have to worry about the command hook falling off or anything. But then over here I'll just have to add one because there's nothing. It's just flat wall there, so nothing to attach it to. But I have almost enough balloons. Like I feel like once these get in the air, I'll have enough to hang it to the corner, and then I started turning it. That's why I love like assembling these, if you can, in the place that you're going to be hanging them, especially if you're doing it in your own home. That just to me makes it a bit easier. So you can tell I'm to the window where that kind of teal one is right there, but then going this direction, I still have about this much space that I need to fill in. But thankfully, I still have quite a few balloons. When I say I overbought balloons for Lucy's first birthday party, I'm not kidding. And so it's very fortunate that it worked out that they wanted to have like a Fiesta party theme so that I could actually use up some of my like back stock of balloons. Because they were so expensive. I'm like, I'm not just gonna throw these in the garbage and like just get rid of them. So now they're coming and being put to good use, and the girls have loved playing with them. Are you girls wearing your sombreros?
Yeah, so we can get started with the party.
Oh, okay. Are you ready to party?
Yeah, the party started.
Not quite. We got a couple more hours, thankfully. Mommy still has a bit to do. So since I'm having to blow up some extra balloons, I thought I would show you how I am tying them. So I take the two ends of the balloon and I wrap them like so they make an X here, and then come around to the other side and then just tie a traditional knot. And so that is how I'm getting my clusters of 2 for those that are curious. So I'm gonna blow up a few more balloons over here, and then I'll be able to like finish out that section.
So we can take back. We are the reason opposites attract. Once you slam the door on the second floor, I regret it all. to yours. Baby, let's talk until we're fine. You've been in bed for days, empty without me, you say. Can't you just magically turn up in mine? Then you knock on my door on the second floor, and I feel okay. We just made it through, and I love the way I feel for you. Baby, you make me lose my mind like all the time. It still feels right. Stuck in an endless fight like every night. It still feels right. Even the words can sting. I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause without you everything means nothing.
Now we are back in the kitchen and I'm getting ready to ice our cupcakes from last night. I just let them cool overnight. That way I wouldn't have to worry about the icing like melting and running off. So we did 4 different colors for these. We did a pink, blue, purple, and red. I let the girls help me and we picked those out at Walmart. Just your funfetti icing from, I think, Pillsbury. And so just putting those into little like Ziploc bags, and then I'm gonna cut the corner off and use it that way. So it's a really inexpensive and easy way to ice your cupcakes and not have to worry about like buying the like piping bags and the attachments and all of that stuff. This is just a lot simpler, especially if it's not something you're going to be doing all the time. I am not a master cake decorator, so for me to have all of that stuff just kind of felt like a little bit of a waste. So we're just going in and using a regular old Ziploc bag for this.
All the time when you're around me, but this time, girl, I know what's bothering me. I need somebody to love. Oh, nah, 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 nah. Don't you see what's wrong with me? I need somebody to love. Oh, oh, nah, nah. I don't know what I could say to convince you to hang around when you don't have to. There's so much that I'm still keeping to myself, 'cause you don't listen, babe. But still you got me missing you. When I see you, my heart starts racing, but I don't know if I like this chasing and playing and waiting around. It's a shame that my hands start shaking all of the time when you're around me. But this time, girl, I know what's bothering me. I need somebody to love. Oh, nah, 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 nah. Don't you see what's wrong with me? I need somebody to love. Oh, oh, nah, nah. God, I'm sick of this waiting. You got me going crazy tonight. So why don't you come on over and be my somebody to love? Somebody to love, somebody to love, somebody. I need somebody to love. I need somebody. I need somebody. Give me somebody, somebody to love. The way you're moving me, I've been thinking about you day and night. I can't get enough. Oh, nah.
And after I got all of the icing done, I let Lucy help me and we put all the sprinkles on the cupcakes. This is another thing they picked out. They wanted sprinkles on their cupcakes. So when we went to Walmart and picked all of our stuff out, this is one of the things that we got. And that was a lot of fun getting to do all of this stuff with them. I know I keep saying that, but it really was like, I didn't expect to enjoy party prepping with them as much as I did. And it was a lot of fun. I know it's not for everybody. And sometimes you just want to like get it done by yourself or you want to surprise your kids. And so I totally kind of get that side of things too. But it's also something to be said about just turning it into a family activity and just doing it and spending the time together. I don't know. It's just, I get both sides, but I think I really enjoy this.
these beat in my heart. Oh, I'll be true. So I'm not giving you up.
And I know this is such a simple thing of thinking, okay, I'm gonna need to put candles on a cake, but go ahead and do that. Like, I always would wait until the very last minute and I would have to like throw the candle on there and light it and run out the door to like take it and like do the whole thing of everybody saying happy birthday and blow out the candles and you know, the birthday thing that you do at parties. But I went ahead and just prepped the cupcakes. I let them pick out and tell me what kind of cupcake they wanted. And then I went and like just went ahead and popped the candles in there, and then they were ready to light. And so all I had to do was grab the lighter and light the candle, and we were set and ready to go. So wanted to just throw that out there and mention that, because sometimes it's the little simple things like that that you get caught up in that you forget about. And then last minute, all these little things turn into a lot of big things that keep you busy during your party. So any prep work like that you can do it. Now we are on to getting some more stuff done. I had to cut up a watermelon because that was one of the girls' requests as well, is to have some watermelon. And Dean was shredding all of the many cheese. I know you can buy pre-shredded cheese, which would have been easier, but block cheese just tastes so much better, and it's also more cost effective. So if you're interested in that, definitely go ahead, grab a cheese grater and do that. He actually threw our cheese into the freezer after he shredded it, because we did have a little bit of time between when he did that and then party time, and it worked out perfectly for being able to just sprinkle on the quesadillas on the grill. We have like a little flat grill kind of thing outside, and it was perfect for that. And of course, have to squeeze in that one last round of dishes, because that was some of the goals for my party, is to start the party with a clean and empty sink with all of the dishes put away, which we actually successfully did. I'm not sure I got that on camera, but we did. This video was already long enough, so I'm like, oh, okay, we've got to like stop somewhere. And then also I wanted to start the party with an empty dishwasher. So anything that needed to be tossed in the dishwasher as the party progressed, I totally could go ahead and do that. So that really helped, and especially made cleanup so much easier. So highly recommend that. Now I am moving on to ordering the food. I already had a list made of when I needed to, or like what I needed to order, and with ours I couldn't really do like a pre-order or anything, so I just ordered it right when it was time, and then my mom was actually able to go pick it up. So also that is another huge help, is if someone wants to help, accept the help. I know I'm the world's worst about taking help from people, and so trying to work on being better about that, but just wanted to kind of throw that one out there. If you have people that will help you, do that. And also don't try to do it all. Don't try to cook all the food and do all the party decorations. Like, add a little bit of variety to it, of order some of the food, maybe make a few things, but order something, or have someone do the party decorations and you focus on the food. That way it just makes things a lot easier on you, and you're less stressed for the birthday party.
You stole my heart, what is it that you do? My life was great till you added colors. Like the moon needs the sun, we don't care about the others. You set my world on fire.
Happy birthday to you.
Heart's desire. I just wanna love you, just
You can do it. Good job.
Set my world.
Good job. Lucy, you did so good, babe.
I don't know what I'd do without you. You make me smile